Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Struggle Plays YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday, November 20th, and I'm back looking at some more NBA action on a Wednesday night. We're going to be starting with a match between the Pacers and the Rockets. Then we're going to look at the 76ers going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. 4 plays in total, couple player props, couple game picks. Before that, let's take a look at the Tuesday night recap. We are going to be watching and waiting for the Cavaliers going up against the Celtics. It is currently 5:43 p.m. Central Time. I'm recording early so I can watch that game. I've got the pregame show above me right now, so I'm very excited for this one. Cavs are currently +7. Don't know why, don't know how, but we got them at +5.5 pretty early this morning. Memphis, -4 is going to be the play. Jokic is out. They're currently up to -6, but that shifted about 2 o'clock this afternoon, so you should have got -4. SGA is now 32.5 points, but I bet it under 29.5 points. Sucks, but I'm still okay with the line. I still think he goes under the total. And then Jason Tatum over 8.5 rebounds. That was the correct line whether I made it yesterday. So Jason Tatum's going to be over 8.5 rebounds as the final play there. Hopefully we have a better day than yesterday because I think we went 0-3. De'Aaron Fox missed by a couple. Bam Adebayo with a no-show, shot 3 times. And the Pistons lost outright. Of course they did. It's the Chicago Bulls. But we're going to try to bounce back today. We have the Pacers going up against the Rockets. The Rockets have been playing some pretty good ball. They've been playing some pretty good ball. 4 wins out of the last 5 games. They really should have won 5 straight because the Bucks kind of came back in that second quarter. I mean, Houston was running them out of the gym in the first quarter. Then they kind of blew up in the second quarter. Milwaukee got the lead. Milwaukee and Houston battled back and forth in the fourth quarter, but they only gave up 101 points. They lost the game. They scored 100. So pretty good defense for the first time all season long out of the Milwaukee Bucks. The Pacers are coming into this game not playing great. They did get a pretty big win going up against Miami the second time around, but they did drop the game before that. And they just dropped the game against the Raptors. They allowed 130 points in that one. This team just refused to play defense. Refusing to play defense is the easiest way to lose games in the NBA. The Rockets, they're not the best shooting team in the world. They're not the best overall team in the NBA. And they do have some pretty talented players. We have seen the Pacers go through a gauntlet of teams over the last couple of days, including the Magic and the Heat. They dropped 2 of those 3 games, having the doubleheader against the Heat. But the Heat and the Magic, they play defense. They've only put up 90 points against the Magic, losing that game. Put up 111 going up against the Heat, but they gave up 124 points. The Heat should never, ever score 125-plus points. They just don't operate like that. They play slow. They don't score a ton of points. Giving up 125 points to the Heat is almost impossible. If they are the favorite in this game, I will take them against the spread. I don't know if they're going to be the favorite or not, but I'm going to take the Rockets against the spread. With the way they've been playing, I'm assuming they're going to be the favorite. They are at home as well. They've routed off 5 wins out of the last 6. They've only had 3 losses since like October 30th. So this team's playing really well. I like the defense here. Give me the Rockets as the first play. And for the next play, we're going to look at the 76ers going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. The only thing that I can think of in this game for the 76ers not to win is if Ja comes back in the lineup. I've been watching the 76ers like a hawk because this is a team who should make the playoffs. They have the roster for it. They have the superstars for it. Joel Embiid put them behind the 8 ball to start the season. They have 2 wins, 11 losses. You have to start winning some games at some point. And I know that Maxi's hurt. I know Embiid does not play back-to-back games. Sometimes he doesn't play a couple days apart. He just doesn't want to play. But you still have Paul George. You still have Embiid in this game. He's going to play. And you have Jared McCain. He's playing extremely well as a rookie. The 76ers will go into this game as the underdog, and I don't care. I'm going to take them on the money line. Hungry dog runs fast when it's hungry. This is a game that you cannot lose. If they drop this game going up against Memphis, who really doesn't have a ton of talent besides Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bane, because they're not going to be without John Morant. They also are not going to be without Zach Edey, most likely. So both those guys are going to be out. If they drop this game, you need to start thinking about next season. You need to start thinking about where you want to draft in the next upcoming NBA draft, because this is a team that won't make the playoffs. You got to turn your season around at some point. I think this is a game they can turn it around. They haven't been great in the first 15 games. In fact, 15 games into the season, they are 2 wins in. They are 13 games behind the Cavaliers. Almost impossible. We're going to see the 76ers play with urgency for the first time all season long. Grizzlies shorthanded. I'm taking the 76ers here on the money line as the play. Let's go to the player props. We're going to be looking at the Knicks going up against the Suns. I'm going with Jalen Brunson under his total points. Probably going to be a little bit less than 27.5 because he's been playing pretty poorly. But if it could be 27.5, might be like 26.5. Regardless of what it is, I'm going to play the under because the New York Knicks, they're kind of broken. They made the mistake and got better over the offseason. I know it's crazy to say that, but they got some players that makes the team chemistry fall apart. They have lost their identity. The Knicks last season, they were so good. They were so good. Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, those were your scoring guys. Everyone else played lockdown defense. Everybody else gave 100% effort, and every single game, everybody else, including Jalen Brunson and Dante DiVincenzo, were locked down on the defensive side. That is the identity of the New York Knicks. That is why they were so good last season. That is why they won a couple playoff series last season. You brought in Bridges, you brought in Towns, you got two guys that don't play defense. They haven't gelled together yet. And honestly, it's just the New York Knicks having too many mouths to feed. That's why Jalen Brunson is having a little bit more of a down year. Jalen Brunson this season, 24.4 points per game. The Knicks have been winning a few games. They haven't looked sharp, but they have been winning some games. They've just been blowing out teams. That is not how the Knicks usually win. It's usually like 107-96. Brunson has scored over 26 points in 2 of those 3 games over the last 3 on their winning streak, but he just hasn't been the same. His point total's down, his shot total's down, his 3-point percentage is down, his free throws per game are down. The numbers last season for Brunson, 28.7 points per game. He had career highs in shot attempts, career highs in 3-point attempts. This season, 24.4 points per game. He's still shooting 18 times, but the shots are not going in. Field goal percentage is down. It's near a career low for his field goal percentage because his rookie year against the Dallas Mavericks was his lowest. But this is very close to his career low in field goal percentage. I'm going to grab Jalen Brunson under his total points as the play here. Too many mouths to feed with the Knicks. And for the next play of the day, double under. Double under kind of day. Magic going up against the Clippers. Looking at another under, Franz Wagner, under 27.5 points. I was over 27.5 points last night. Took him on the member side. He scored 34 points. Most of that in the second half. Got kind of lucky. But the Magic have been looking for a score ever since losing Paulo. Their best player. He was the best scorer as well on that team. It looks like Wagner is stepping up to the plate. He's been on fire over the last couple weeks. And over the last couple games, he's been able to go for 30-plus points in all those games. He didn't have a great start to the season because he wasn't asked to shoot that much. He's only averaging 22.9 points per game. But like I said, over the last couple games, he's been dialed in. He scored 27-plus points in 6 of the last 7 games. He's playing 35-plus minutes over the last 3 games, and he's taking 20-plus shots per game nowadays. He's had 5 consecutive games taking 20-plus shots, which is a massive uptick from what we saw earlier in the season. And he's been shooting extremely well from the 3-point line. That is why I'm going with the under, because this guy's not a 3-point shooter. He's just not. He hasn't been in his entire career. Last season, he shot 28% from 3. This season, he's shooting a little bit better, 36%. But most of that has been over the last couple games. He shot 45% or more in back-to-back games, making a total of 9 of his last 19 from deep. That's not going to continue. This is not a guy who can just set up from 3 and knock down those threes. He's not going over 30-plus points tonight. The Clippers are a decent defensive team, top 10 in the NBA. I'm going to go under the 27.5 points. Might be a little bit higher, might be a little bit lower, but the book has definitely made the adjustment for Franz Wagner because it was 27.5 the other night. I'm going to go under as the final play here for Franz Wagner for the player props. Let's go over to the recap graphic. We're going to be taking the Rockets against the spread, going up against the Pacers. Again, probably going to be the favorite. I'm going to take them against the spread, and then the 76ers against the spread, going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. We're just going to take them on the money line. No, let's not do that. Let's take them with the points. You should never just give up points in the NBA. It's just some of these games can be so close. So we'll go 76ers against the spread, figuring they're going to be the underdog in that game. Jalen Brunson under his total points, and then Franz Wagner under his total points as the 2 final plays of the day. Guys, this is going to do it for the NBA plays and props for Wednesday, November 20th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.